Hey everyone, it's Jen at Ink Paper Rubber. We are closing out the week with our final shipment for the week and really some fun things in here. We got a few odds and ends. We got new embossing glazes from Tim Holtz. We got the rest of the colors in, and we also got some really fun new paper. So let's jump in. First of all, we did get in a few more stencils. We've been getting lots of stencils in lately. We got in the Bubble Rebound back in the small 6x6 size, but we also got a couple of stencils from Echo Park. And I know a lot of the stencils that we have been showing you this week, those of you that are card makers might be wondering how you would use them. And some of these are probably more suited for mixed media or other things like that. But we also have some that are great for, make really great backgrounds for cards. I thought these two from Echo Park would be perfect to use with your inks and your blender brushes and create some really fun backgrounds. This one is just called Floral, and this one here is Pretty Flourish. And the scale of these is small enough that they make great backgrounds for cards. Got in some more of the Prima paper doilies. We've been using them on some of the classes Renee has been doing with the vintage authentique paper, and they are really good to use with that style. We also got in some of the sticky stuff embossing powder from Judikins. This is great if you want to use foil or leafing with your stamps. It works just like a regular embossing powder does, but when it dries, it stays sticky, and so you can come back and you can add your leafing or your foils. And we do have some of that really fun rainbow foil in, that would be fun to use that with your stamps. All right, I said we got the rest of the colors of the Tim embossing glazes in, and we did. Some of you may be thinking, why do I care about these? Just colored embossing powders. But if you haven't watched Tim's video, you really should, because these, besides coming in the normal distress colorways, so they match all the distress inks that you have, glaze is a really good term for these because they are semi-transparent. Obviously they have color to them, so they're not completely transparent, but they're also not completely opaque like most colored embossing powders are, meaning that you can actually see what's underneath. So you can add them to your stamped images or your ephemera or what have you to add some really fun color. And as I mentioned, they come in regular distress colors. I showed you yesterday we got in Weathered Wood. It also comes in Broken China. This one is Fired Brick, Cracked Pistachio. This one is Rusty Hinge. We have the Fossilized Amber. This one is Hickory Smoke, so a really nice gray. I know it's hard to see there in that picture. Tattered Rose. Peeled Paint, a great classic green in that line. Walnut Stain, so this is the deepest, darkest brown. There is Antique Linen. And finally Vintage Photo, which is a little bit lighter reddish brown. We also have some new products that are really great to use with these embossing glazes. Of course, if you want to just stamp and use them with your stamps, you can do that. But if you have areas that you want to fill in with color, using your Versamark pad is going to be a little bit more difficult. So we do have the embossing pens. This is a 2-pack of pens. One of them has a bullet tip on it, and the other one has a brush tip for filling in a little bit larger areas. And we also have the embossing dabber. You can use this to fill in a larger area, or maybe just swipe it and add an accent onto your card or scrapbook page or other project. So that is what we have in the embossing glazes. Now let's jump over to papers. We got some really fun papers in. First of all, we got in some papers in a couple of lines we already have. This one is the Stamperia, their SeaWorld line, and we have not had this one yet. I've been waiting on it to come in. This is the Octopus, and you can see this has kind of a sea underwater theme, but it has a very definite steampunk edge to it as well. And then here is the back side of that sheet. And we also got back in Seahorse. We did have this before, but we sold out pretty quickly. Again, kind of the steampunky seahorse and all these other elements. And then the back side of it is this really great weathered wood print. And we also got in another of the 12 by 12 papers in the Graphic 45 Ocean Blue collection. And this one you can see has all different kinds of fun underwater things. Shells, coral, the seahorse, the octopus, and then this really great pattern is on the back side of that. Okay, let's jump over here. We got some great new spring and Easter paper from Simple Stories called Hip Hip Hooray, I think is the name of this line. This one is a 3x4 cut-apart sheet. These are great for making cards, fast and easy. There is some Easter on here, but also just some nice spring ones on here. And this nice pink and white gingham on the back. Love this one. I think this one is so adorable for Easter. These little bunny faces on here with the little flowers. And then we have a weathered wood print on the back. Wood prints are staying popular. This is a really nice bright floral and a large scale yellow and white gingham on the back of it. A really nice plaid. And then just a tone-on-tone polka dot. Then we have some eggs, and I love how they've taken some of the prints from this whole line and used those to color in the eggs. I know, so many goodies. Here we have a diagonal gingham print on the back of that one. And finally, we have these cute little 2x2 cut-apart elements on this sheet here. And then a green tone-on-tone print on the background of that one. All right, last thing to show you is new paper from Authentique, and I think you guys are going to love, love, love this one. This one is called Hooray, and this is a great set for birthday cards. Has that great authentic vintage look to it. So this paper here, you can see it has all different kinds of birthday elements on it, and then it has this really fun birthday print on the back side. This one just has kind of the Harlequin diamonds on one side, and then it has the fun polka dots in various sizes on the back. This one has a really vintage kind of kids reading primer illustrations on the front, but you can see a lot of it birthday or playing with their toys or things like that. And then this fun birthday candle print on the back side of it. This one I think is a great one, all these fun balloons. And even though these are kind of bright colors, they're kind of very much the vintage bright primary colors on here. Really like that a lot. And then a little star print on the back. We do have a couple cut-apart sheets in this one. The first one is the kids cut-apart sheet, and you can see it is all these vintage images of kids. We also have some circus things on here, and there is the back side of that sheet. This one is really fun, kind of goes along with the birthday circus theme. You can see there at the seal with the package and the monkey with the balloons, and then a nice plaid on the back. This is another really great print that I think will be really popular, just the happy birthday over and over in the fun colors and a red and white stripe on the back. And this is my favorite, hard to pick, but this has to be my favorite. This is the adult cut-apart sheets, and it has so many really great things on here, just a little bit snarky or cheeky on here, again with the vintage illustrations. So, great, great paper line. I'm not sure where I'm going to put this. We're going to have to try and shoehorn all this in here, but lots of really great things in this week. So, that is going to do it. I hope that we see a lot of you this weekend. Remember, we're having special celebration tomorrow. It is the 5th Saturday of the month. That doesn't happen every month. And it is also Leap Day, and that definitely doesn't happen all the time. So watch for your newsletter sometime later this evening, and it will have all the details about all the fun stuff that will be going on tomorrow. I hope you have a great weekend, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Goodbye.